Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I wanted to share a real portfolio returns from the past years in one of my brokerage account that I've created last year, and I wanted to stick with my investment tips that I've shared on my channel. Not just theory but actual performance of where I've invested, which is US stocks, international bonds, and even some money parked in stocks and money market. Let's start with the US stock market. A majority of my portfolio is in US stock market index funds. It's about 78%. So over the past year, this section has delivered around 15 to 22% return. If you have been following my channel, you have seen my tips on choosing strong, low cost index funds. And here's how those strategies have worked out in real life. My US stock market is a total US market, S&P 500 and mid cap. Early stages, I started buying S&P 500 mid cap and small cap separately, but eventually I moved to a total US market. So if you are a beginner and you want to diversify, you can just buy a total US market, which will include a large cap, mid cap, and small cap. Makes it easy that way. If you can see the S&P 500, I started investing in July 2024. So I created this brokerage account for just to show how the investment works in 1 year. So I started with around 30 to 35,000 as initial investment. Then I kept on buying around 5 to 600 every week on weekly basis, and that's how this has brought my return to 14.26 overall. So we'll come back to that. But this S&P 500 has provided me around 21.26% return over the year, which we know S&P 500 is pretty high right now. The PE ratio is higher, but this is not gonna stop me from buying on weekly basis because I'm looking for a return for next 20 to 30 years. We know in April 2025 when the market went down, that did not stop me from buying. I kept on buying on my weekly basis, and on top of it, market down is like a stocks on sales. If you are looking for a 20 to 30 years of horizon, you want to buy on sale, and then eventually they'll give you good return. And after that mid cap, I just invested 3,000 as initial investment in September 2024, which has given me around 9.53% return, so which is not bad. And then I started investing more in total US market, and as you can see, I started in July 2024. Most of my investment in total US market are from this year, and it has provided me around 15.36% return. This is US index fund portfolio. Next is my international stock. I've got around 5% of my portfolio invested internationally, which I started investing in April. I would say this is a 6 months of return, not 1 year. So you can see April 2025 was my first investment, and then it's around 3,000 total value, but it has given me a return of 4.1% over the 6 months. While it's a small portion compared to US market holding, I keep it for diversification. So this part returns around 4% as I shown. And then it brings to my third investment, which is bonds. So bond makes around 9% of my total portfolio. They have returned roughly around 1% this year. Like I've talked about in my bond investing videos, the point of bond isn't huge growth, but to add a stability and reduce risk. And they did their job perfectly. Initial investment I did was October 2024, so I would say a 1 year of return, which is not bad. So they've done their job. Top of it, I have around 8% of my portfolio divided between stocks and cash. So I have bought 2 stocks a month ago. I saw some opportunity. So Hertz, I saw an opportunity and I bought it in August. Very small portion, around 500, and it gave me a return of 15.38%, which is pretty good return in a month. And then Amazon, I'm gonna keep these stocks in here. I'm not gonna sell them. So the total stock is 7.43 in 1 month. And then I have some money I have kept in money market. Fidelity is SPAXX. If you have seen my video about how to open an account, I've explained the difference between SPAXX and Fcash. This gives me a return of around 3.49, so 4%, so which is not bad. I keep this money in here instead of bank accounts or CDs because they are not locked like CDs, so I can use this money anytime. I also have a debit card from Fidelity and check, so I can use that money to, do anything, buy groceries. So this is more of a debit card. Try to keep more money in this account, so this will give me more flexibility than CD and gives me a 4% of return. There you have it. So here's the breakdown. I have a US total stocks of 78%, international stocks and 5%, bonds 9%, and cash and money market 8%. So, and the performance over the years, US stock market has given me around 15% return, international stock has given me 4%, and bonds has given me 1%. Adds up to a total portfolio growth of 14.26%. The reason of creating this brokerage account and making this small video is to show these results line up directly with the strategies I have been sharing on this channel, for the US investing to diversification to bond and cash positioning. I'll link all those videos below so you can check them out. I have some other accounts like Roth IRA, 401k, Roth 401k, and I'll share return from those accounts eventually. I've been investing in those accounts for 5-6 years, so pretty good return I've received from those, but my portfolio is pretty similar to what I've shown in this account. I have waited 1 year to show the return of this account. I'm gonna keep on investing in this account around 500 to 600 every week, and then I'll make another video to show how it is performing. There will be a time when this is gonna be negative. There will be a time when stock market is gonna crash. As I mentioned, I am not looking for short-term results, I'm looking for long-term results. So I'm gonna keep on buying, keep investing, and I'll show you the returns later on. So if you are new here, don't forget to subscribe and stick around as I continue to show real life investing scenarios and return from my own journey. Well, thank you for watching. I'll see you around.